I slept through the night and slept really well. This is my first trip I've traveled alone. First time I traveled alone since like 5 years ago when I went to San Diego, and that was probably the first time. And I'm in the desert, and that makes it a little scarier, I think, than like the city or by the beach. And I'm reading this parts book, and it came really in handy last night. Okay, so the parts book says that there are different parts of yourself, and your self is underneath those parts, and your self isn't negative. It's very like nurturing and healing and stuff. So I was like really scared last night going to bed at certain times. Like I was literally so scared and on edge, especially because there's a door that you cannot cover with anything. And so reading the parts book, I realized that there's a part of myself that's super scared, and it's like my 8-year-old self, like scared at my grandparents' house just because it's like a new place that I was sleeping, and I used to be super scared. And then in reaction to that, when I try to like give that part attention and be like, or when I think about like how do I feel towards that part of myself that's super scared, there's another part that comes in because I felt like I don't like it because I'm like, it scares me, because then I'm like also scared, you know. And I was trying to jump ahead, and on my own I was like, what would I say to that 8-year-old self? And I'm like, I would also be scared. I don't know what I would say to them because I'd be like, please stop, like you're scaring me. And I realized that is like kind of older sister vibes, or like I just picture me as a sibling, and I'm like, stop freaking everybody out kind of vibe. Like I'm scared and kind of angry at it. So then you say to that part, like, please step aside. And I'm like, oh, and I'm also like, if you like, it's scaring me, so I don't like that, and then I'm kind of mad. I'm like, please be quiet, because if you keep getting scared, then we're not going to be able to stay here. We're going to have to go home and never do this again. And I like a lot of parts of this. So it's like fear from that too. And that's like that. Yeah. So didn't realize all that was going on when I did that. So I like asked that part to step aside. And then when that happens, I'm like, then you give appreciation. So I'm like, hey, I really appreciate you feeling this fear, and I know you're trying to protect me. Like, thank you so much for trying to protect me. And then I was like, do you see all the things that I'm also doing? This is gonna make me emotional now, to protect you. Like, I plan ahead. Like, I'm asking you to trust me right now. Like, I got an Airbnb, we're not camping, I got us here safely. Like, all of these things, the doors are locked. Like, I'm just like, do you trust me to take care of you, basically, and take the steps to, like, I don't know, make sure that we're safe and have a good experience and everything. And that is, that's a breath of fresh air. So, like, for that part that's super scared, now she can relax. Like, you're right. Oh my gosh. Like asking that part to trust, and then, yeah, I was able to relax, and I was able to sleep. And I just wanted to spit that out because I thought that was really cool. Yeah, the part that's super scared. Yeah, it's cool that, like, my true self is the one that's like, hey, thank you so much. I am protecting you. I am aware, like, thank you for raising the flag. I am doing everything that we need to do and think of to be safe. So appreciate you. We also like looked at reviews, and there was a girl that said she felt super safe here and really liked it. So all these things. And then like talking directly to that scared person, like, we're good. And then, yeah, we'll address that other part at some point too. Anyway, we're all made up of many, many, many different parts, and I met 2 of them yesterday. And I did inner child work, like inner child healing or something. This is inner family systems. I don't know all the names, all this stuff. But I did a session with a coach where we went through that like swim team one that I have on my YouTube. I have a YouTube video on that. So that is another part of me, and that's the girl who is afraid. Oh. So the swim team one is a girl who like feels so bad for not wanting to do what everyone else is doing. And then it says that once the parts are like heard and kind of able to relax and like stop being so protective, then they become like one of the best things for you and are like really assisting you. Or I don't know. They're awesome when they're able to relax. So that part of me that's scared to the swim team one, when I realized like when I stopped feeling like I should do certain things and I feel very different because I don't want to, but I should. When I heal that and I'm like, actually it's a superpower that you're different. Now I'm like, yeah, artist, entrepreneur, creative. I do whatever I want. Like I'm independent, I'm different, and I love it. And then this part that's scared, when she gets to relax, she plays. She's like, this place is freaking awesome. Like we can dance, we can like float around, we can do a puzzle, we can explore. Like, you have no idea how many times I screamed in the car on the way here. And then when I woke up too, I was like so giddy. But yeah, that part of myself just wants to play, but she wants to make sure that everything's okay. And then when I tell her, I got this, trust me, you're good. You're in good hands, girl. You're in really good hands. You trust me to take the steps, because I did. Then she can play. I feel like I was going to say something else, but I forget. I think that's basically it. It makes me think about just all of my anxiety in general. I'm sure it has something to do with that because, and it was saying how these parts will show up again and again. So that part that's scared, I'm sure it shows up in other ways that like make me anxious and fearful and stuff. So very, very, very interesting. And my friend who was like, when I first told her about parts, she was really kind of scared to do it and face like her parts and like just had no interest. But now she's doing parts work too and listening to podcasts on it and gonna start doing it. So just something to be aware of, and you don't have to want to do it now or anytime soon, but I think it's a really, really cool tool. And it says how it's like next level past meditation. Like if meditation you're like is not for you, this is more like, this is better. It's not just being aware of your thoughts and your anxieties, it's like addressing them and treating them and nurturing them like the children that they are, because they are inside of you. So pretty game-changing stuff. Pretty cool. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye.